Hello everybody, this is the Gadget Man with Discovering in Color, and welcome to today's episode. And today we're going to talk about eating utensils. So eating utensils, we're going to break this down into two different categories. One is backpacking and one is basically car camping or cabin camping or whatever you want to call it. So first thing we're going to start with is the cabin camping, i.e. non-backpacking. Now with that, you're not restricted in weight, so you can pretty much bring whatever you want to bring. It doesn't really matter how heavy it is, and you're going to be able to clean it up afterwards using conventional methods, such as soap and water in a pan and dishwashing soap and all that good stuff. When you're out backpacking, it's a little bit different because you don't necessarily bring all those things with you. So, number one, we're going to start with something I actually got in the mail the other day, one of those Karen subscription boxes. This is the UCO Ware. It's got a plastic fork and I guess this is a spoon knife combination. Kind of nice. It does nest together. It came with a little kit right here. It's got a top and it's got a bowl bottom, so you can use this as a plate, as a bowl. It's got a cover if you want to keep things warm, etc., etc. And this is something you can use when you're car camping and whatnot. Very easy cleanup and just one piece to use. And if you did have a lot of food, you could actually use both of these as serving containers. Next up, when we think about things for car camping or base camping, is going to be just another plate. And I use this every now and then. This actually goes in my chuck box, and I have a video on that you can reference. But this is my one of my chuck box plates that I use. It's nice, it's plastic, it's simple, it's big enough, doesn't have a cover, but you can eat pretty much any meal that you want out of it using a regular knife and fork or the plastic knife and fork like I talked about beforehand. I also keep in there, and I can take this backpacking, I've got a titanium bowl and a titanium plate. Very nice. They're super lightweight, so you can use them for car camping or base camping. You can even take these backpacking with you. I don't take them backpacking with me. I could. The plate is okay. The bowl is pretty good, but they're a little bulky. They do take up certain space. They don't nest together. So from a space perspective, not necessarily the best thing to take, but they are very good. They're super light. One thing you got to know about titanium is when you put something hot in here, this titanium does transmit the heat across it pretty evenly. So if you put a hot soup in here, this bowl will get very hot. So you want to have some type of something to put it into, otherwise you're going to burn your hands. All right, now we're going to get into the backpacking portion of this. Oh, I forgot. When you are car camping, you don't necessarily have to use metal utensils or plastic utensils. A lot of people use paper plates. That's okay when you're car camping because guess what? You're going to throw it away anyway. Next, for backpacking or car camping, you want to have a cup, a good cup. I like this little small titanium Snow Peak cup, and I can use this for car camping or backpacking. When you're backpacking, you want to stay away from those vacuum sealed steel things because they're just too heavy. But I like this as a simple, it's a Fitness City 450 milliliter cup right here with the plastic lid. This is actually a Snow Peak lid on a different cup, but they all fit. This is nice because on the inside, it's got markings so you can see how much you're pouring in there. So when you're making a backpacking meal, you can figure out how much water you need. You can actually heat in this or you can just drink out of it. One thing you want to remember is this is titanium. And as I said, it gets very, very hot, hence the lid. The lid serves two purposes. The first purpose is that it's going to keep things warm. And the second purpose is when you put it on and you drink out of this with a really hot liquid, coffee, hot chocolate, it's going to keep your lips from getting burned. So if you just use this without a lid or without a hot lips, a little plastic lips you can put on there, you're going to burn yourself when you drink out of this. So get yourself something to use with a titanium cup. All right, next thing I'm going to do, I want to talk about pots. All right, I've got a couple different ones here. So I'm going to start from small to large. This is a 750 milliliter titanium. It's a Toaks pot. As you can see, I like titanium because it's super light. You can get these in aluminum, you can get them in steel. When you get the other metals, they get a lot heavier. You can find all this stuff here on Amazon, but this is a 750 milliliter pot. This is a pretty versatile pot you can use on its own. You can use it as something to drink out of, you use it as something to cook out of. And I do know folks who just take this one piece with them, and this is all they use when they go backpacking because it's pretty versatile and it's the right size for one person. If you got more than one person, you're probably going to need a bigger one like I'll describe here in a minute. But these, super handy, I like it. It's got a little lid here thing, so you can hang it on something if you want. It's got the holders here, so when it gets hot, you got something to hold it on. So pretty universal pot that works for a lot of scenarios. And forgot to talk about my other trusty companion I always take with me when I go out backpacking. That's my titanium spoon. It's not a spork, it's a spoon. And it's nice because it's got that nice long handle that when you have a meal like this right here, you can get to the bottom of this without getting your hands and fingers all dirty because it's nice long handled. All right, the next size pot I want to go up here is, this is a titanium Evernew. This is a 1 liter pot. Now, this one's a lot better for using if you have more than one person you're cooking for because it's 1 liter. It's got the very nice handles right here so that you can hold it and you can pour with it. Got a little pour spout. It's got only 2 markings here on the inside. It's got a ½ liter and a liter. So if you need something between them, you have to kind of guess. Very nice lid here with a little plastic thing here to help keep your hands getting hot. But this is a nice pot to take with you if you got more than one person. I would say if you're more than 3 people, this is probably a little bit small. You have to go with something either bigger or double heat something. But this is another option you can use. Very nice for backpacking. And then the final option I want to show you here is this pot right here. This is a Snow Peak pot. And this one here is, you can put about 1 1/4 liters in this one, so it's a little bit bigger. This one is just a little bit different. I've used this many times before. It's got the nice pot. It's also got this little thing here that you can use as a pan if you want to. It's just kind of a small pan. I don't know how well that's going to work, but I've never used it as a pan. But one, it doubles as a lid. It's a pan, and you could drink out of this. I have actually done that before, drank coffee out of here. And then you got your 1 liter pot right here that you can use for pretty much anything that you need. The nice thing about these big pots is if you have smaller utensils, such as a cup, they nest inside. This one nests in here. A 750 milliliter one. Your cup nests in here. You can keep all kind of neat things in there. Whatever you want to do. You can also, inside the cup, you can keep things like a Sparky or anything like that for use on the trail. And then the last item I want to go over here is that you always want to bring a knife. I like my trusty Swiss Army knife. And it's, like I said, it's handy for all that good stuff, for poking stuff and cutting stuff. And, it's a Swiss Army knife, so it's got scissors and it's got a corkscrew if I decide to bring a bottle of wine on the road. I probably won't, but maybe car camping, yes. But Swiss Army knife, good combination, good thing to have. Okay, so that's an overview of my eating utensils that I use whenever I do car camping or base camping or backpacking. Nice setup. It's taken me a while to get, but the majority of these things are available on Amazon if you want to get them. I'll put a couple of links in the description down below if you want to find them. Some of these things I use in my chuck box. So that's pretty much it right there. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the trail.